Electrical. SoftPlan's electrical mode allows for the placement of both standard and custom electrical symbols. Adding a light fixture also adds a light source to the 3D model. The more light sources in 3D, the more realistic the model will appear. While viewing the main floor plan in Room mode, select Draw, Room Properties. As can be seen, lights and outlets were added to some rooms by default. The remaining electrical symbols can be added in Electrical mode. Use the Drawing Mode menu to switch into Electrical mode. SoftPlan comes preloaded with many symbols such as ceiling fans and light fixtures. Since many of the light symbols were added in Room mode when the rooms were defined, these symbols can be switched out or altered as necessary. Right-click the ceiling fan in the living room and select Edit. In the Symbol menu, select the Light tab and check the box for Custom Lighting. A number of settings are now available for customizing the 3D lighting effects of the symbol. Next, porch lights will be added. Electrical symbols can be added in Plan View or while viewing the 3D model. Select Draw, Electrical Symbols. From the Exterior Lights library, select a porch light to add to the model. Click to place this light next to the front door. Edit the symbol and select the Light tab. Enable custom lighting and change the brightness in lumens to 2000. Another porch light can be quickly added to the wall on the other side of the door using the Draw Select command. Next, orient the camera to view the second floor balcony and add the same porch lights on the other side of the door. With the light symbols in place, light switches and connections can be added from the electrical library. Return to the main floor electrical plan and select Draw, Electrical Symbols. Select a double switch symbol from the standard library and click to insert it in the wall. Arc connections will be used to join the switch symbol to the porch lights and ceiling light. Select Draw, Arc Connect. To perform this action, position the cursor over the first switch symbol and click. Next, move the cursor to the ceiling light in the entry and click again. Finally, move the cursor to one side to set the radius and click once more to draw the arc connection. Using this process, the other switch can be quickly connected to the porch light outside. Add another arc connection from this porch light to the other porch light. All three lights are now connected to the switch. Next, use the Draw Select command to add another double switch symbol to the living room and then connect it to the ceiling fan using arc connections. Continue adding electrical details to the main floor and second floor plans. Viewing the various rooms of the house in 3D, the light sources that have been added to spaces throughout the model create realistic illumination. Note the lighting and shadows created with the addition of just a few light symbols. Elevations. The elevation views of the 3D model can be viewed and modified in two different modes. In model mode, elevations can be modified in the same way as the 3D model and 2D drawings. These changes affect the drawings in the model stack. To make changes to the project from the elevation views, model mode must be selected. Right-click the front gable roof edge and select Edit. First, select to add a gable frieze, and then check the Gable Vent box to add a gable vent. The properties of the gable vent can be modified in the Vent Options menu if necessary. Next, edit the other gable roof edge and add a gable frieze. Elevations can be detailed with notes, labels, dimensions, paint patterns, and other items while in annotated mode. Switching into annotated mode shows automatically generated elevation markers that label items such as the top of roof, top of plate, top of subfloor, and more. These elevation markers can be quickly hidden on the elevation if desired. For example, to hide the elevation markers on the front elevation, simply select Dimension, Show on Right, or Show on Left. The elevation marker lines and labels are removed. The elevation markers will appear again when these options are enabled. A detail note can now be added to display information about the roof. To do this, select Notes, Detail Note. First, click where the note is to begin and then move the cursor in the direction the note is to read and click again. Use the Note menu to enter the note text and to make any changes to the note properties, such as the alignment and outline style. Pointers and segmented pointers can also be added to neatly label the drawing. By editing a pointer, the pointer's color, size, and arrow style can all be modified. Using these annotation tools, each of the elevation views can be modified to create detailed, informative construction documents. Cross-sections. Section lines can be added to any of the floor plans for the purpose of creating cross-sections. Select Model, Section Line. Position the cursor at the start point of the section line and click. Pull the cursor all the way across the plan and then click again. This dictates the cutting plane. Indicate which side of the cutting plane is to be viewed by moving the cursor to that side and clicking. Section lines are labeled alphabetically as they are added to the plan. In this case, the section is labeled A. Right-click the cross-section line and select Open View. In the menu that opens, select OK to open a new tab displaying the cross-section view. Like elevations, cross-sections can be modified in model mode and detailed with notes, elevation markers, and other items in annotated mode. SoftPlan's speed note libraries will allow for quick, detailed notation of the cross-section. Adding the truss roof note will provide information about the roof. Select Notes, Speed Notes, and then open the Typical Notes library. This library is stocked with many typical construction notes needed for sections, details, and floor plans. From the list, select the Truss Roof note. Position the cursor where the note is to be placed and click. Speed notes can be edited and their note properties modified as needed. Right-click the roof note and select Edit. In the Note Properties tab, enable the Override Properties option and then check the Outline box. From the Style field, select the right bar outline style. In the Alignment section, select Right Justify and then click OK. Using the Move command, the note can be positioned on the cross-section view as needed. Next, a segmented pointer can be added to indicate which part of the cross-section the note is referencing. Through an edit, the appearance of pointers and segmented pointers can be changed. For example, by using a circle arrow pointer style and increasing the size, the pointer can better identify the area of the cross-section that is being described. Continue adding notes, pointers, and other detail items until the cross-section annotations are complete. User-defined notes and edited speed notes can be saved to the system library for future use. Additional cross-section views of the project can be quickly generated and annotated in this way to create detailed construction documents. Using the 3D Mode menu, elevation and cross-section views can be regenerated in any of SoftPlan's 3D modes. Interior elevations. In an earlier lesson, 2 interior elevations were generated to provide elevation views of the kitchen cabinetry. To begin adding the remaining interior elevations, a new straight-on view of the kitchen island will be created. Select Model, Interior Elevation, and then use the cursor crosshairs to set the elevation's view plane. Move the cursor in the direction to be viewed and click again. The Interior Elevation 3 view is added to the navigation window. Using the Adjust command, the view plane for the new interior elevation can be adjusted to set the parameters of the area displayed in the elevation view. Next, right-click the Interior Elevation 3 and select Edit. Check the Depth option and enter a depth of 6 feet and 8 inches. This clips the depth of the view plane the specified distance from the interior elevation line. Select OK and open the Interior Elevation view. By default, the interior elevation is generated in Shaded mode. The 3D Mode menu can be used to regenerate the elevation in any of SoftPlan's 3D modes. Next, another interior elevation of the main floor bathroom can be created. As with elevations and cross-sections, the items in interior elevations can be modified while in model mode. Open the Interior Elevation 4 view and edit the base cabinet. In the Accessories tab, new cabinet hardware from one of SoftPlan's many manufacturer libraries can be assigned to the cabinet doors. Next, enable the Legs option to add legs under the cabinet. The cabinet leg symbol, dimensions, and position can be modified as needed. Moving to the second floor plan, Multiple interior elevation markers can be added for viewing the bathrooms. The bathroom cabinetry, symbols, and lighting can all be modified while viewing these views in model mode. Interior elevations can be used to provide a straight-on view of any part of the house's interior. Create as many interior elevations as needed for the project. Interior decor. SoftPlan provides layers that can be used to control item visibility. If a layer's visibility is turned off, the items added to that layer will not appear on the plan. Items added to all layers will appear in the 3D model. With the main floor plan open in drawing mode, click the layer bar to open the Active Layer menu. In this menu, note that the first layer listed is the default layer. The default layer is the standard layer that contains all items that have been added to the floor plans thus far. In this example, a layer will be created for adding furniture to the plan. Select Layer 1 as the active layer. Any items added to the main floor will now be added to this layer. Next, change the layer's name to Furniture and check the Visible box. Selecting the Fade option dims the items in that layer while working in the drawing area. Furniture symbols can now be added to the Furniture layer. Right-click the drawing screen and select Symbol. From one of the furniture libraries, add a sofa symbol to the living room. The visibility of items added to the furniture layer can be toggled on and off as needed. Continue this process to add furniture symbols to the remaining rooms of the house. Select the 3D Textured tab and use the camera controls to enter the model. As can be seen, items added to the furniture layer appear in the 3D model. Using the Go to Room command and the 3D camera controls, continue navigating the interior of the model to review the appearance of the furniture. In a short amount of time, furniture symbols that greatly enhance the realism of the 3D model can be added to a layer that is separate from the items that are required to appear on the floor plan. SoftList. The SoftList Material Estimator uses the information stored in SoftPlan floor plans to automatically generate materials lists, cut list reports, cost estimates, and other detailed reports that include information such as labor and markup. While drawing the floor plans for a project, SoftList updates the material list report in real time. Materials are counted as they're drawn, allowing SoftList to offer instant calculations that are accurate and greatly beneficial to the drawing process. At any point, the user can view the list of materials and any associated cost estimations. From the listing of quantities to markup and labor factors, SoftList is thorough and accurate in its results. The standard complete report style provides a detailed report showing quantities of materials needed and costs for materials needed. Different report configurations are available to achieve the desired report type. For example, an energy code or trade contractors report can be generated. The detailed customization options of SoftList are also easy to use and allow for the creation of new report configurations and layouts. Existing configurations can also be customized to exact specifications. From a completely detailed report to a per-floor count, SoftList will allow for complete flexibility to best meet the needs of the estimator. The Find feature makes it simple to check a particular material within the report. Materials from the list can be highlighted on the floor plan. This allows for verification of which items on the drawing contribute to a particular material. The highlighted items appear in yellow on the floor plan drawing. Reports can be quickly exported to QuickBooks and most major accounting packages. Site Plan. In Site mode, a detailed site plan can be created and added to the model stack to display the property surrounding the house. The site plan can include information such as the length and bearing of each property line, grade of the land, landscaping, site work such as driveways, sidewalks, and fences, and the location of utilities. With the geolocation point and the direction of north specified in the project options, Google Maps satellite images can be imported into the site plan. Once imported, SoftPlan scales and rotates the satellite image to fit the size of the workspace. The Google Maps satellite image is assigned to a new layer that SoftPlan creates during the import process. The visibility of this layer can be toggled on and off as necessary. In addition to the satellite image, the Google Maps elevation data for the site can be imported. Having the site plan in the model stack generates beautiful, realistic environments that can accurately represent the property in 3D. SoftPlan includes many options for enhancing the appearance of the 3D model. First, the site plan can be disabled from the list of visible floors so that only the house is displayed in the 3D model. Select Options, Visible Floors. This menu allows certain floors to be hidden from view in the 3D model without having to remove the corresponding drawings from the model stack. Disable the site plan from the visible floors and select OK. Clicking the 3D Mode menu displays a list of various modes for rendering the model in different 3D styles. These modes range from displaying the model as simple lines to more artistic presentations. The shaded view casts shadows and applies colored surfaces. These surfaces can be edited and new display colors can be assigned. Sketched mode provides a hand-drawn appearance and sketched outline of the plan to replicate the look of an artist's hand rendering. Select Options, Mode Options, and open the Line Options tab. Here there are various options for customizing the look of the sketched lines in this particular mode. Next, the illustrated view provides a pen and ink look using sketched lines and speckled textures. Selecting Clay Model Mode generates a monochrome image that represents a model built from clay. Watercolor mode mimics an artist's by-hand watercolor rendering. SoftPlan's textured and ray traced modes offer more realistic views of the model by rendering detailed textures and enhancing features such as shadows, reflections, and light. Making the site plan visible again regenerates the 3D model to show the scenic property, site work, and vegetation around the house. In the Sun Options menu, the date and time of day can be specified to create realistic lighting and shadows based on the sun's position. Quick animations of the 3D model can be performed on screen. Select Camera, Quick Animation. Select Full Day Sun Study as the animation type and click OK to watch the animation. Notice the changes to the shadows created by the sun over the course of a day. The specified day featured in the animation is the date that was set in the Sun options. Next, an animation of the camera rotating around the focus can be performed. Other quick animations can be generated in this way and exported to video files. (3D) exporting and animations. Once the project is complete, SoftPlan provides many options for sharing and exporting the 3D model. One export option is the ability to generate 360-degree photos of the 3D model and then publish them directly to Facebook or a web page. With the camera in the desired position, select File, Publish to SoftPlan Cloud, 360 Photo, 360 Photo. In the menu that opens, enter a file name and, with the Publish box checked, select OK. Once published, the image link can be copied for sharing directly or inserted into JavaScript and HTML to be embedded into a web page. SoftPlan provides additional export options, including the ability to export to SketchUp, Google Earth, and Lumion. Another key feature of SoftPlan's 3D presentation is the ability to create walkthrough animations. Using simple recording and playback tools, in-depth tours of the model can be captured and then exported to video. Doors can even be opened and closed to mimic the perspective of a person entering and exiting areas of the house. Walkthrough animations can be recorded in any of SoftPlan's 3D modes. Using SoftPlan Web 3D, fully navigable 3D models can be published to the web and then shared with anyone the user wishes. Before publishing, select the specific rooms of the model to include for quick view in the Web 3D viewer. Any animations that have been created within the model can be included as well. Finally, select the desired render options and click Publish. Once the link has been created, SoftPlan provides options for copying the link, viewing in browser, embedding, emailing, or posting directly to Twitter or Facebook. While viewing the Web 3D model in browser, there is a collection of simple camera controls and other commands for navigating the 3D space. First, the camera in the Web 3D viewer can be set to freely orbit the model or walk around at a specific height set by the user. For viewing the model's exterior, use the View Direction section of the Web 3D menu to select which side of the house to position the camera. With the press of a button, the camera can then be instantly moved into one of the rooms of the house that was selected for inclusion. By entering each room of the house and using the mouse, keyboard, or on-screen camera controls to look around, the interior of the model can be fully explored within the Web 3D viewer. By including attractive furnishings, textures, and other interior details, stunning 3D interiors can be achieved using SoftPlan's powerful rendering tools. Plan sets. Plan sets provides a convenient, automated method for arranging and organizing one or more drawings or image pages for printing. Using intuitive organization tools, it is easy to scale and position 2D drawings, 3D images, elevations, cross-sections, and SoftList reports onto the pages of a plan set. These pages can also include borders with project information and a watermark. Additionally, plan sets allow floor plans to be generated in any of SoftPlan's drawing modes. This helpful tool provides a quick way to include electrical plans, framing drawings, roof designs, and any other items that should be included in a project's comprehensive construction drawings. A look at the SoftList report shows all of the quantities and costs of the project's materials, as well as the total project cost. Using SoftPlan, detailed plans, elevations, cross-sections, 3D models, and real-time materials lists can be created with speed, ease, and accuracy. SoftPlan is the most compatible and versatile CAD package available today. It is no wonder why SoftPlan has become the home design software of choice for thousands of builders, designers, remodelers, architects, and interior designers. Design better homes with SoftPlan.